Hello and welcome back. Let us try to understand different types of machine learning algorithms. There are three kinds: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. The supervised learning algorithms will understand the patterns based on target variable. If you want to take an example, if you pass 1,000 records of the house, SFT area and number of bedrooms and the price, and you want to make prediction of a new house with SFT area and number of bedrooms, the algorithm will take the 1,000 records with SFT area and number of bedrooms and understands pattern, right? If there is a 1,000 SFT house with 2 bedrooms and the price is 100,000, and if there is a 1,500 SFT house with 3 bedrooms and 200,000, then it will kind of create an equation between the SFT, the number of bedrooms, and the price. The function of price is going to be derived as the variables of SFT and number of bedrooms. When a new house comes in with SFT and number of bedrooms, you pass the data to the equation or the supervised learning algorithm, it will predict. So it is always based out of target variable. The pattern recognition is always based on target variable, the price. So that is, those are one kind of machine learning algorithms which are supervised learning, which we call it as supervised learning. There is another way of understanding pattern which is called as unsupervised learning. Majorly in unsupervised learning, clustering and dimensionality reduction comes. Here there is no use of target variable, or the algorithm will not use the target variable in understanding pattern. Clustering in a layman's terminology is like grouping. If you have 1,000 news articles, you want to group them into business, maybe country, and maybe state. Even though there is no target variable, the algorithm will try to group them based on the different words and things like that. So that is one example for unsupervised learning. The dimensionality reduction is, in real time there will be data sets with thousands of columns. When you are trying to understand pattern in the data set with thousands of columns and billions of records, it becomes difficult for training the algorithm for the computers. So if you can reduce the dimensionality maybe from thousands to hundreds, and the reduction should happen without losing the essence of the data, then if you train the model, it gets trained well and quicker. So the unsupervised learning algorithms have got dimensionality reduction techniques which will reduce the dimensionality from thousands to hundreds, number of columns from thousands to hundreds, and at the same time it will keep the data's essence intact. So these are kinds of examples for supervised and unsupervised learning. There is another advanced concept called as reinforcement learning, and in that reinforcement learning it tries to learn on its own. When you feed n number of records or n number of examples, it will try to understand on its own and react. So we will cover reinforcement learning in an advanced course in our AI learning. But when you are talking about supervised learning, machine learning, deep learning comes under supervised learning. So let us try to understand types of supervised learning. There are two types. One is model-based learning and second is instance-based learning. Model-based learning is most used or most popular. Even deep learning algorithms are also model-based learning algorithms. Instance-based learning is less used. I'll explain why in a moment. But let us try to understand what is model-based learning. In model-based learning, it takes a data set. Let us think that the training set is SFT area is 1,000 and price is 100,000 or 1 million. The SFT area is 2,000 and the price is 2 million, and the SFT area is 3,000 and price is 300,000. It will use the target variable to understand the pattern. Here, if you look at this, the pattern is like price is equal to 1,000 into SFT area. The 1,000 is what the machine learning algorithm found. How much the input variable should be multiplied to generate the output variable. The data set is so clear and straightforward here, but in real time you will not have this much clear data sets. So the bottom line is that the algorithm understood pattern. What is the pattern? it should multiply 1000 with SFT to generate price. If a new house comes in with 4000 SFT, the algorithm substitutes this 4000 into this equation and predicts the price as 4 million. When you pass 3 records or 3 million records or 3 billion records, the model-based learning algorithm generates only one equation. So while training it may be difficult, but while prediction it's going to be easy for the computer and the memory, the processor and the memory, because it is only one equation. Let us look at instance-based learning and see why the model-based learning is popular. If you pass a data set, here the training set is age and loan defaulted. We have a data set with the different ages and whether the person defaulted the loan or not. So in instance-based learning, it actually saves this whole data into memory in your RAM. And when you pass the data and ask the question, predict if a person with age 23 will default or not, it will go into the memory, the RAM, and calculates the distances between the ages in the data set and the age you passed. The 23 is close to 24, 22 and 23, and then looks at the target variable. 2 out of 3 were defaulted. So most probably this 23-year-old person is going to default. That's how the instance-based learning algorithm works. This is an example of k nearest neighbors algorithm. And the drawback here is that it is going to save your whole data into RAM. Suppose that if you have 1 petabyte of data, you cannot use the instance-based learning learning algorithm like KNN, because you cannot save whole data into RAM. So only way is the model-based learning. So these are the types of machine learning algorithms, so supervised machine learning algorithms, and most popular are model-based learning algorithms. And we'll cover all these types of algorithms extensively in our courses. Thank you.